had a lot of people ask me, well, where do you get free pallets? Pretty easy. Most businesses, they don't want them. So just hop on your old Facebook marketplace and just type in free pallets. Also, you can check Craigslist. I mean, take a look. Look at this big selection. As you can see, many business owners, boom, they got pallets. And you're gonna get them. What really helps is having a nice trailer and hauling a bunch at a time. I spent all day Saturday hunting down pallets, and we got a lot of wood to work with. So let's get measuring here. So I'm marking 4-foot sections because the pallets are around 4 foot by I think 40 inches, something like that. So I'm just marking this off with my tape measure and making sure that my cross sections fit. The real trick is to make sure that the grid fits the pallets. Some of these pallets are different sizes, so I'm hoping the grid that I'm using will work with all the pallets that I have. I've noticed different sizes. What you need to do is make sure that you're using good joist hangers. And use nails, don't use screws, because nails can support more weight than screws can. I've sheared off screws in the past, and I'll use them sometimes just to hold things in place, but I'll finish it up with galvanized dipped nails, which work really well. Okay, the grid's looking good. It's about 4 foot by 4 foot, so it should fit the pallets pretty well. Using my trusty Polaris Ace, I'm using a garden trailer to load these pallets up. Stacked 6 high, I can get a lot in the woods at a time, and using a nice strong 2-inch ratchet strap keeps my load in check. So far the pallets look like they're going to fit 5 long in horizontal configuration with the wood direction. So let's see how this works out. I'm not sure if this is going to be the final product or not, so I'm not screwing anything down until I really feel this out and just kind of dry fit everything to make sure this is going to work. This is the point when I realized this is not going to be as easy as I thought originally. My strategy is just to start with a corner and go from there. If I can get 2 pallets to line up, surely I can get more. Nope. These pallets do not line up as well as I thought. So what I'm going to have to do now is just simply cut some of them so they kind of line up and hit the joist so they're screwed down to a joist and not just kind of floating there. After I get my pallets all sawed in and fitted, I took and screwed them down real good with the long 3-inch nails. Now the next thing I do is I stand on it and see how it handles, and yep, I definitely need to get some more concrete anchors underneath this. But we're going to continue working on it, and we'll come back and get those anchors in. As you can see, I got a bunch of cinder blocks and slid them under there. I had to use my car jack to get it up just high enough, and having to use different size cinder blocks as well because the ground is not that level. Uh-oh, I got a problem here. Either I don't know how to measure, which is probably the likely cause, or something wrong with these pallets or what. But this gap is bigger than 4 foot, and I need to fill that gap because this pallet will not work in this size hole. It's just too big. Lucky me, I've got some supersized pallets that are 2x6 by 12. I'm going to cut these up and use them. All I need to do now is just cut this to length, and then I actually use the nails too from the pallet. It's like a super pallet. I don't know what the heck these things were made for. Got it in a construction yard, and they must have been using it to lift something awful heavy because these pallets, they weigh hundreds of pounds. So I'm happy to have these extra 2x6 by 12s because I didn't have that much spare wood. Trying to get this to fit corner to corner ain't happening. I've got about a big, I don't know, maybe 8-inch, 10-inch gap. I'm gonna have to figure out a way to fill that. Probably just have to use another joist and fill that with pallet wood. I don't know yet. But let's get this put in as best we can on the corner, because I want this to be at least corner to corner. It's hard to tell, but it's been blizzarding all day. So I'm gonna have to wrap up and call it a night. It's only about 4 o'clock, but it gets dark in Michigan in the winter. When you got a blizzard coming in, not much sun to work in. So stay tuned. Next week, we'll continue this decking project.